Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will make a chat application with Firebase database using Firebase services and the real-time database of Firebase. So, let's start by creating a new folder. I will be creating everything from scratch. So, only the basic JavaScript knowledge is required so that you can understand the code easily. I will be explaining, so no problem with that. So I'm opening the Visual Studio Code with code dot in the command prompt. I am creating the new file index.html. So if you have any problems regarding any error you are finding, then please don't forget to comment in the comment section below. So I'm renaming the title to chat application. And now I'm making a div. In this div we will create all the data. This is the part 1 of chat application. So in the part 1 we will send the data. We will learn how we can send the data to Firebase, and in the next part I will tell you that how you can show your data in the browser just like a chat application. It will be a web-based application. So I'm creating a form with ID contact form, and the action, we don't need any action, and we want to stay on this page. So only the page will be refreshed because the action has hash which will refresh the page, and creating a field set with legend of message. So now let's start creating our input elements. I'm creating a span which is used for label, and input type email for the first input tag. Its ID is also email, and it's required by the user to submit the form. Without this, the user can't submit the form. Creating a line break, creating another span called email, creating another input with type text to get the name of the user which inputs the message. I'm also giving the ID name for our ease. And it's also required for the user to submit the form. He has to fill the I have forgotten that the first one is email and the second one is name. Yes. Now I will create the text area. In this text area, the user will be entering the message, the chat which he want to send in our application in the browser. So let's check it. It's working fine. I'm giving the span. I'm giving some styling position absolute because I don't want it to overlap over the text area. So in span I am writing your message. So text area I have written, and the name is message, and the ID is also message. I am not using the name at any place. The ID message will be used in the app.js file, in the JavaScript, and in the CSS. The text area will contain 18 columns and 8 rows, and it will contain the default text. Enter your message. I am creating a line break, and now I will create a button to submit the form, and ID btn, and its type will be submit, and on click it will call a function. When the user will click on the button, the function send message will be called. It will be called by the on click method, send message method on click. Yes, laterally we will design it, we will make it in the JavaScript send message function. So let's check it. Yes, it is working fine. So now let's make another file called style.css. In this file I will design my HTML page with CSS. I'm giving a very little styling. You can give up to the extent which you want. So body background color alias blue, and the heading one background color will be aqua. Oh, I'm changing it to dark blue. Yes, because I like this color, and the color of the heading one will be some white color. The text shadow will be 2 pixel, 2 pixel, 2 pixel green. Yes, and text align center. Thus text on the H1 heading will be in the center. Font size will be 40 pixel. And now setting the style of legend. Just now giving the font size, you can change the color and whatever thing you want here. I assume that you know the basic CSS. If don't, I will create a form in the next video with a beautiful styling. So text shadow I have given 2 pixel, 2 pixel. The first 2 pixel is height, the second 2 pixel is width, and the third one 2 pixel is the blur. Text shadow color will be black, and now setting the style of span. Its font size will be 45 pixel. Now targeting the element email by ID, hash email, and hash name. The font size of it will be 40 pixel. Now targeting the message text area, I have given the ID hash message to the text area. where the user will enter comments. So font size will be 25 pixel. And the margin left is 300 pixel, because on the left there is a span your message. The font size will be 25 pixel of the message. You can change the color, the background color, whatever you want. And now targeting the submitting button by ID hash button. Font size 30 pixel, background color I am changing it to some sort of blue. And the box shadow is border radius is 5%. It will round the button and text line center, and I will make a div in the HTML file with the class alert. It will display a message when the user will submit the form correctly, else it will not be displayed, and its default will be display none, because I don't want it to display. I only want it to display when the user submits the form correctly. And now our form has been designed and it's styled to some extent. I'm making a div with class alert. Your message has been sent. It will be displayed when the user will submit the form correctly. I will make its functionality using JavaScript later on. So for now, I will check the form. Oh yeah, I have not included style.css in the HTML file. I have not included a link, so now check that. Yeah, it's correct. It will not submit for now. We will implement the JavaScript functionality. For using any Firebase services, you have to first, if you don't know Firebase services, you have to first go to Firebase. Firebase is supported by Google, and it's excellent for using databases and authentication systems. It has much more. It can also be used in Android applications. For now, I will be using in web applications. So just go to console, click on the go to console button and click on the add new project. Give it a name. For example, I am giving chat application for now. And yes, continue and default analytic account for Firebase, and it is creating the new project. So we have to wait for 5 to 10 seconds. Firebase is free and it's very easy to use. So our project is created. Let's click on the button continue to continue our working. Yes. So yes, continue and click on the web. By clicking on the chat application, you click on the web and register app. Name the app. You can give the same name as you previously give chat application, or you can give any other which you want. We can set up the Firebase hosting later on. No need for this. The chat application will work without Firebase hosting. Firebase hosting is used for the websites to host. Yes, so our app is registered. So we have to now initialize our Firebase app. So Firebase, I'm adding the Firebase SDK. Just copy it, the above 2 lines. Just copy that for now and add that in HTML below, above the body tag and below the form tag. Add it and remove the app, hash app, remove it, and it will look Firebase.javascript to work it properly. Otherwise it was not working. So now copy the script in the last lines, the script, and paste it in the new file app.javascript. In this file we will write our JavaScript, so paste it here. I'm connecting this file with the HTML by a script tag. So I have removed the hash app from Firebase hash app.javascript because I have checked it and it was not working. I don't know why, but you can check it, but it was not working. So that's why I removed the hash app from Firebase.javascript. So now I'm linking the JavaScript file with the HTML file with script, and its source is app.js. Yes, so now let's start writing our JavaScript. First of all, we will save the Firebase database services in a variable called database. Var database is equal to Firebase.database, and the Firebase has a function, a method database, in which its all services of the database, real-time databases, are saved. And now we will define a function called send message. In this function, we will take all the values from the form and save it in variables, and then we will send them to the Firebase. Our email is equal to document.get element by id. Email dot value. So the text input of email will be saved in the email variable. Variable name is equal to document.get element by id. The same procedure for saving the name of the person in the variable called name. When the user will submit the form, the function send message, on click it will execute and the following things will happen. And variable message is equal to document.get element by id message.value. The value of the message will be saved in the variable called message. Getting the values from the form to send to the Firebase. Database and saving them in the variables. You can include more input fields and more things, whatever you want, and save them in the variables as I have saved the 3: email, name and message. You can include more, the phone number or whatever you want. You can include as much as you want. So variable new message key, this key will be used to send our data. New message key is database.reference.child comments.push.key. It will initialize the key, and now database, the above database variable which we have created and saved, database is dot Firebase. So database.reference comments, the comments, this comments string will be the upper level tree of our database. I will show you later on. And the new message key I will be providing will save it in a new subtree, and the name is the subtree of the new message key. I have tabbed it email in it. Email is the dot email dot sorry here will come dot set email. So it will set the value of the subtree email. The value of the email from the input will be saved in the subtree email. I am copying the same for other three also. So for name, it will set the name. Email, name and message are the same childs of the same parent. Now set message, it will set our message and save it in the Firebase subtree. Message Now I'm setting the functionality of alert. First of all, we have to listen for submit. If the user submits the form, we will check document.getElement by ID. Contact form. The ID of the form is contact form. Dot add event listener will listen when the submit form will be executed. Mean to say that we will check its functionality. Submit, submit form. It's the function which will be executed later on. Now, function submit form, I have defined it, and e.prevent default. Now I will add a function set timeout. The set timeout function works only once. It takes two attributes, one the function and the other is the time in milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds is equal to 1 second. So after 3 seconds I will be hiding it. So the second attribute, the second argument will be 3000 milliseconds. Show alert document.querySelector alert.style.display is equal to block. So that when this function submit form will be executed, then it will display the alert in the block. Set timeout. I will be hiding the alert after 3 seconds. We can also define the function here, and we can also define a function outside and then just pass the function here. So I'm defining it first outside. Hide alert. Document dot get element by ID. Document.querySelector dot alert dot style dot display none. Hide alert 3000 seconds. I am passing the function set timeout first to the set timeout function. which takes two arguments: hide alert, a function, and the time in milliseconds, which is 3 seconds. Now let's check it out, it's working or not. Name Muhammad Bilal, and the message, my name is Bilal. Submit. Now I will check it in. Oh, there are errors. Firebase.javascript. Oh yes. Continue to the console. Yeah, shared application. I have not created a database, real-time database. So first I have to create the real-time database for using the service, for saving the values from our form to the real-time database. First we have to create it. It's very easy. Just create it, and the rules later in the next part of the video I will make it read true, but for now it's false because we have no need to read the data for now. We'll be reading in the next video. So yes, now the errors are gone, and the name is Muhammad Bilal, and the message, I am Muhammad Bilal. Submit. Yes, it's submitted successfully. The alert is not showing, the .alert class is not showing there is any error, but we will check it later on. So you can see that our message has been saved to the database, Firebase database. Our email, our name, and the message is saved to the real-time database. In the next part of the video, I will now you can see that the error has been removed and the alert has been shown when I clicked on the submit button, and all the messages you can see here that are being sent by the user are saved here in the real-time database, and they will exist until the project will exist. So the project will exist forever, so they will also exist forever. So thank you for watching the video. In the next video I will guide you that how you can retrieve the data of the database, real-time database, and show it in the browser, so a real chat application we will make.